bit of Oko Yono. So,
That's a very good.
good morning. No, good morning, guys, man. Sorry, dude. I had to do my Yoko Ono impression, man. Just because, when she does Dark Side of the Moon, man, it's one of the most beautiful. I think she does it one of the most beautiful ways that it could possibly done. Anyways. All right, guys. Good, beautiful morning, man, and I hope everyone. I hope you opened your eyes with a smile, and if not, I hope that Yoko Ono made me get a little chuckle. All right, so Mary's gonna go ahead and take it away with a little bit of weather and water, and then after we will discuss a little bit of trail chat that's been going on out here. All right, Mary, go ahead and take it away, honey.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good morning, everybody. Right now in Blairsville, it is 31 degrees and clear. Today, we're going to have 61 for a high with abundant sunshine. And then tonight, it's going to be 35 degrees and partly cloudy. Winds will be 5 to 10 miles per hour today. And then up on Blood Mountain, the highest mountain on the Appalachian Trail here in Georgia, we're looking at 53 degrees and sunny. And tonight, 36 degrees and partly cloudy. The winds will be between 10 miles per hour and with gusts up to 20. I can't do this. You gotta oh, this kid, he's too funny. And then we're going to have gusts between 20 and 35 miles per hour. I'm going to turn it over to Donald now. First of all, I'm going to tell you the water is good out there. We've had another cold snap, so keep those filters warm. Some of them will freeze and be destroyed. We are going to, like if you're sleeping at night, put it in your bag, carry it next to your body while you hike. We are still having some cold temperatures out here. I was coming over Hog Pen Gap last night I think it was about 4:30, 5 o'clock, and as I went up, the little spits of rain, they were turning into snow.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, so I don't know if that road's open or not right now because we had very little precipitation, I think, but you know how they close it for caution.
Yeah, definitely.
So with that being said,
So we were in freezing.
yeah, we were cold overnight.
Well, it wasn't freezing. Oh, it was right on the
It was supposed to get about
edge.
22 degrees on the trail last night.
They may have closed it and they may not.
Yeah, it just depends.
It depends, man.
But we'll keep you posted.
We will. We'll
right.
keep you up to date, guys. And so, let's see. Through hike Nobo, 2,333 people, man. And I think it's gone up maybe.
I think that went up over 50 people yesterday.
Yes,
Because
dude. I thought we were at 249 or
were
something,
at-
280.
We were somewhere in there.
Yeah,
So that's gone up
2040.
about 50 or more people.
I think you're right. I think it was at 2,280 or 284 or something.
But still, that's a huge jump.
It is, man. And you know what? This is how I see it. Like, at the beginning of the season, man, we were really low. And it stayed low. And then all of a sudden, in the last probably 4 weeks now, that we have started to do the through hike registration on the video. I've seen it pop up over 1,000.
Oh, yeah. It's skyrocketed.
And so people are definitely, they've got the mindset and they're going to start Nobo. And there's no flip flop or in betweens or do this and that. It's traditional. I'm going to hike from Springer Mountain to Catan.
That's right.
So very cool, man.
That is awesome.
2 thumbs up. All right, so so Nobo's 2,333. Flip flops 120, and that has gone up 6 since the other day, and it went up 4 from yesterday,
Yeah,
right?
I think so. I think
Was
that's
it
correct.
115 or 116?
I believe it was 115.
Yeah, so it went up 5 since yesterday. And then Sobos, guys, we're still looking at 4, but this is just too early, man.
That's right.
You know what I mean? There's still snow up where I'm from, man, up in Maine. Especially up in the northern parts of Maine. I'm actually from like north central Maine, man. I'm from a little town off the Kennebec called Hollow, Maine. And so it's like where it kind of starts to become nothing. What I mean by nothing is like 2/3 of Maine is just woods and mountains and just wild country. I'm talking about real wild country, man. Like, You walk into the forest 2 feet off the trail there, man, you disappear, man. It's so thick, and you know, you just get confused, turned around. Next thing you know, you're walking off into the Fort Knox way up in Maine. You'll end up there, man, down from you know, the potato fields or something down there. We're stuck.
It's
Anyways,
beautiful there.
Maine is probably, I've been all over the place from the Northwest. I hitchhiked down the Cali Coast. I hitchhiked from Frisco down the Cali Coast, through the desert, down through the bottoms of America, and then back up to Maine back in 1990 something. I can't remember what year it was. But anyways, I did that, and it's just, yeah, Maine. I've been everywhere too. I've like lived all these places too, man. But like Maine, I just love it. It's one of the most beautiful places without rattlesnakes, copperheads, spiders that can, you know, do some damage, widows, wolf spiders and stuff like that. You just don't see that stuff up there. What we have are like black flies and bear and wolves and stuff, man. So. But I'd rather have those animals than snakes that can, you know, the rattlesnakes, copperheads, water moccasins, alligators, yada, 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 yada. I'd rather have all that than what we have up in Maine. And I love Maine. I remember sleeping out under the stars, cowboy camping every night. My dad would get all drunk, and I just run off I grew up on a big farm with thousands of acres. I just run off into our back forest, dude. And me and my buddies would just sleep out there. My buddy Randy, man, he's still my buddy today, man. Christy, Joe, he's gone, but you know, we'd all hang out there, man. It's good times. Anyways, right here, is this where
Well, I think this one is next. We have this.
Okay, so 441 is closed to Newfound Gap Road. 441 Newfound Gap Road is closed for winter weather today, guys. Okay, and that's till further notice. The Grateful Hiker is getting. Sly has been awesome. People in there, in and out.
Yeah.
It almost brings tears to my eyes to watch this place do what it's supposed to do, and to actually have someone there that is making it look better. Every day Sly does something one step further. He takes it one step further or higher to make our place look better, and he's been a blessing. He has saved people that need to get off trail. We tell the people, of course, that Sly is not insured immediately because he's not, and we tell them right off, this is how we operate. We tell the rider that our commercially insured drivers are busy. I give them a list of numbers of other drivers that they can use. If they cannot find a ride, our last resort is our shopkeeper, but he is not insured with commercial insurance, so this is how it has to go. And if you are willing to, you know, take that risk and understand where we're at and how this needs to go, then you're fine. You can get in that vehicle, but we do not let anyone into our cars without them knowing first that this is what's going on. And if they agree to it, they can go ahead and take the ride.
That's right.
Or they can turn it away. I had a guy yesterday tell me, I've been riding with uncommercial or people that are not commercially insured anyways out here, so this isn't gonna matter. And I was like, well, it does matter to me. I'm not gonna lie to you or hold it back from you. I'm gonna tell you straight out what is going on. That 2 of my drivers are insured. This is a side person. If you can't wait for these guys, you can't find a ride somewhere else. We have Sly the shop guy. And so most people have been very happy to use Shop the Sly guy. And that's what he was here for, was to take care of the extra stuff that's out here, man, and make sure that everyone is safe and they're not out in the woods with nothing. Like, we had some kids, man, that were over here. They didn't even know where they were. there were 3 kids, man, and they were off of Mulkey Gap Road. They came off the Coosa backcountry.
Okay.
I could not find them. I literally had to hunt them down like a super sleuth. And finally, I found them on some back road over here. And I'm like, dudes, how did you get over there? Because you are like,
way out of there.
yeah, I was like, what are you doing, man? Like, not what are you doing, but how did you get there? And so we pinpointed them, and Sly went and got them back to their vehicle, but they were lost. And they were not going to find a ride. And people were trying to charge them like hundreds of dollars too. That's another thing I've been hearing out here a lot of. I'll say a price and people are like, what? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, that's it? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, man, we've been getting price gouged out here, man.
Yes.
People are charging us by head and by, they're just like, I don't know, man. We're not out here to do that type of stuff. We're out here to assist people and make enough money to put a roof over our head, man, put some food on the table, and to continue to help people on their journey. This is not a get-rich scheme. If you want to get rich, man, this is not the place to do it. Trust me, man. This is not the place to do it. If we were going to get rich, we would have already been there, man.
Right? We get rich in our hearts helping everybody.
That is correct.
Yes.
The rich is right here, man. This is it, man.
The people we meet and everything, that's the awesome part.
It is, dude. And like every day, man, there's people just sending like texts and presents, and just an amazing feeling, man. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like this. There's no communities there. I'm sure there are, but they're hard to find. And to find a community or communities that become one big community like what this is, it's hard to find. And so we also did find out, if anyone was watching our openings or our yesterday's sitting or our news channel, we did find out what that basket was for, and it's actually called the Burden Basket, and it was created by the Navajo Indians. Have a what do you call it, like a ritual or
Yes.
belief ritual that this burden basket, you leave it by the door or wherever and people put their burdens in there and leave them there. And there's more to this, and we're actually going to sit down and do a separate video to teach people about it, because it's a beautiful thing. And Sharon actually,
It is a very beautiful.
oh my gosh, dude, Sharon is a beautiful woman. Every time I talk to her, it's like I feel enlightened. Like I don't know how to explain it, man. Like I feel like there's like this vibe from her, dude, that's just so, it comes off and it rubs off on everyone else, man. She's got so much like a positive energy and just got such a beautiful glow, man. It's so bright and just it just like radiates and it just like it just comes off on you, and then that positive energy just fills, and it's just like one big positive vibe, and everyone's just vibing, man, and it's positive vibing, and that's how I feel when I talk to Sharon, or whenever she replies or comments or anything. It's always like super, super positive and beautiful and meaningful and understanding. There's no judgment. There's no hate. It's just she's a beautiful woman, and that basket that we opened up yesterday has a lot more meaning than putting a piece of microgreen in there or growing a tomato plant in it. That was something that was.
I feel like you put your heart and soul in there, and I can already feel like the heal of even the thought of putting something in there that could be a burden, and I believe it, and I'm very grateful for that gift. And it's not just the basket that's a gift, it's a gift of her friendship and who she is as a person. And that altogether is amazing.
Not only to us, to the hiker community
everybody.
itself, because she gifted the hiker community too. And I don't think that'll be the last of it. I think this is the type of person, man, that just continues to give. And so when she sees some, you know, she's like us. When she sees someone, man, that's giving, she'll help them give. You know what I mean? It's like, these people, I want to help give too. And so Sharon, thank you for everything. You helped not only us as people grow and learn, but you also are helping other people achieve their goals. So that's something that a lot of people don't understand these days. And that's something that's very few and far between that people have today, man. It's just like, what would you call it? Integrity.
That's right. Compassion, love, care for your fellow man. I believe that's what Sharon has.
Empathetic, compassion.
That's right.
You gotta have it all. It has to be all there, and not everyone has it. And so I don't know how to explain it. Some people have it, some people don't.
That's right.
I don't know why. It's just the way it is. And Sharon has it. So thank you, Sharon.
Yes.
And we are going to do a video with the letter explaining how this works and what the Navajo beliefs were.
Yes, certainly.
Or is it the Apache?
Well, we'll have to check and see which one.
I
apologize.
apologize.
But it might have been Apache.
I think it's Navajo because of her, where she also, but I think Apache were down there too, but I believe it was Navajo. Don't mark our words on that. I apologize. We've been tired. And so last night we had one of the best nights sleep for me so far. I'm not sure. I think Mary did also.
I slept quite well.
I just got up, not just got up, but when we get up, when we're doing news and getting coffee and then, you know, getting ready for this. So she's kind of over here and I'm over here and we're doing our thing. And then we got Jordan getting ready for his thing because we got a day full of shuttles. So, all right. So next, we got lots of people off trail yesterday for cold weather, rain and snow. And I'm going to tell you, man, we moved around, and I actually I passed off some stuff, man, to other people just because we couldn't handle it. I can actually use another driver. All right, and then so we already do this one here. I want to say that we have not had time to sit down and discuss the rescue the other night, or what turned into more of a I don't really know what to call it. I don't either. But we are going to discuss it because I want to have Jordan and Mary here because there is way more to this story that I think everyone can learn from. And if we tell the whole story, people will understand, because it involves 5 or 6 or 7. It involves several companies, including us, plus a wife, plus a husband, plus just, there was a lot of things going on and a lot of mistakes. And I believe that this could have been more of an issue if we did not act, not just us, if we didn't search down and we didn't know what we were doing and how to locate people. This man would have just stayed out there overnight, man, and not known. He didn't even know where he was the problem. No one knew where he was. We were just making guesses. So we didn't. So when we picked him up, we actually thought that he was going to Unicoi Crest. You can walk through Sly. You're good. You're good. So we thought we were walking through Unicoi Crest. I mean, we were taking him to Unicoi Crest, which was wrong because they didn't tell us the right place. So what we did was we were like, we'll just get him, and then when we get him, we'll figure out where we need to take him. First things first, because the way that it was presented to us in the text and from other drivers, that there was a person that needed, like ASAP emergency extraction type deal. He needed to get off trail that moment. And so they made us feel like we needed to go, and no one else wanted to go up in there. Everyone else kind of had their own thing going on, and they just didn't want to travel up there because they were 2-3 hours away or whatever. I mean, we're 2.5 hours away, but the thing is, man, is when we got up there, this is our fault too. I assumed that road was open.
Right.
And we don't know enough about the BMT to actually say yay and nay. And we made a mistake by not researching it further, but when we were presented the ride from people, we also thought we were in an ASAP, because that's what was written to us, like it was an emergency from the wife. And another thing was, they acted like we couldn't get a hold of the guy. And so I'm sitting here, and Jordan has to walk up, and I said, screw it, I'm gonna call and see if I can get a hold of him. Well, guess what? Boom, he picked up first ring. And I was just sitting there like, why am I communicating with a middleman, and why am I not talking to this dude right now? Since even his wife told me to have him call him like that. They weren't communicating. And I was just like, when I called and I started to communicate with him and figure out where he was, it got easier. I took 3 or 4 phone calls to figure out where he was too, because he wouldn't tell me. I'm like, dude, you going north, south? Which way are you heading, brother? How did you end up on that road? Finally, he told me that he was at a dead end and he could walk down. And I was like, bro, if it's a dead end, start walking towards 129. I said, turn your GPS on and start heading towards it. It was impossible to, but there is a lot more to this story, and it's gonna be a lesson for everyone, from businesses, because we all made mistakes that night. So businesses, hikers, everyone learned a lesson that night. So we will be doing a video on that. It's gonna be a few days. All right, and so another thing that happened yesterday is a rider got into our vehicle and it clearly wasn't listening to us. Jordan walked up to the rider, introduced himself. We communicate with our riders. Anyone that knows that, we communicate with you. We call you the night before, we call you the morning of, we call you when you get there. And Jordan walked up, said, hi, I'm Jordan, I'm blah, 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 blah. Kid gets in our car, dude, get 20 minutes down the road, and he's riding with the wrong person. And it had to do with Dale. And so Dale, we called Dale up, or he called Dale and told him the issue. Well, I told the kid, I said, look, man, tell Dale just to keep the money and we'll just take care of the issue, because he didn't want to wait for us to turn around and come back. And so we had a rider there also at the same time, and our rider knew who we were, because we communicate and tell you what vehicle we're in, blah, 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 blah. The other riders or drivers clearly were not descriptive, or did not give enough information on what was going on, and did not communicate with the rider good enough, obviously, because he got into our vehicle and drove off, man. Didn't even, after Jordan and Dale Johnson or Bandit, Jordan Luscious Heisler, big old dude with a blue RAV4, were very descriptive. Then you got some guy that's not doing his job. I feel like someone else's mess trickled into our area. And, you know, if you're not, for other businesses, you have to take the time to tell them what you're driving, who you are, and your name, because that is trickling into our area and it messes us up. We've learned a lesson also. From now on, I guess we're gonna have to take it one step further and, you know, make sure, like, see the text and everything now, because there are so many unprofessional drivers. I'm not calling Dale unprofessional. What I'm saying is there are so many people out here that are coming out here and they do stuff this way, which trickles down onto the people that are trying to do this with organization, structure, and making everything run smoothly, and making sure that the rider knows who they're riding with and the driver knows who they're picking up, and everyone knows who to call if something goes wrong. And so that's what happened yesterday. We ended up picking up a rider and then having to turn around because Dale didn't want to wait, and he also kept the money. We told him to keep the money. No offer of anything, nothing, just did his own thing. And that's actually why we don't talk to him. And I find a few things wrong with the way that he conducts his business. And that's my opinion only. And this is what I've seen throughout the years from people trying to steal our rides at gaps, and why we had to implement the payment up front, and why we do the things we do, and why we're organized is because of stuff like that. And I wish everyone worked the way we did, because that wouldn't have happened yesterday. You can clearly see, or I can clearly see, where the mistakes were made. And all the years that we've been doing this, we've never done this. And so I've seen other people pick our rides up, which we're fine with. I mean, whatever. I think the biggest problem with me, I guess, man, was the fact that Dale did not offer anything to us, or just, I think it's rude. And so that's how I feel about it, and that's my opinion. But that's what happened yesterday. Someone else's sloppy ways of scheduling, my opinion only, trickled into our area, which caused an issue. And I don't mind giving a guy a ride, because when we were going back, the guy was on the phone. I was like, Jordan, you need to take that dude back there right now. And he was like, I am, brother. I'm so sorry. Jordan beat himself up over this. And he had no reason to, because he did everything perfectly.
Right.
Jordan did everything that we do perfectly. He introduced himself. Jordan Luscious Heisler and Dale Bandit Johnson, and the vehicle he drives and the vehicle that we described, are not the same.
That's right.
And so if the other driver would have taken the time to actually describe what vehicle he was in, describe his name, take it a step further, send off the scheduling, communicate with your rider, hey, I'm here, I'm coming down, let's go. I'm in a whatever vehicle. That's how that's supposed to work. Instead, his laziness, or the driver's, I don't know how to explain it.
Lack of thoroughness. Because that's a
Messed our day up.
miscommunication if you do not give everybody all the information they need.
That's right. And those people out there that act like they are an expert after a year or two are the people that will mess everything up, because they know it all. And people that know it all, they've stopped learning. That's how I see it, man. So, anyways, next. Got lots of hikers out here, man. They're everywhere. Lots of people. Everyone, our ringer does not stop ringing. And so the shop has been hopping. We didn't have many people in yesterday from what I've been reported, but let me tell you, that doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be loaded down every day. It's been open for like a week maybe or two, and so many people have used it and for what it was supposed to be used for.
Right.
And not only that, we have one of the best shop owners that you could shop sitters that you could have down there, that's knowledgeable, cool, hippie, and knows how we operate, because this dude we met on our hike heading northbound, and he's been our friend ever since.
That's right.
And not only our friend, he's helped us throughout the years. He builds our web pages, he takes care of our stuff. He's done a lot for us. And so he understands us, and we're friends, and he understands how to divide the business from friendship. And that is the most important part, is to be mature enough to understand that. Hey man, it's okay, I didn't mean to break that. No big deal. And then you pay for it. And it's like, And they use that friendship to kind of manipulate
Take
situations and you can't have that, man. You have to have people that understand what you're doing and why you're doing it and see that, you know, you're not telling them to do shit work. You're telling them to do the work that we can't do so we can move to the next bigger part of the business to keep everyone paid down in the doing the other stuff that Mary and I were already doing. If they weren't doing it, we would be doing that too.
That's right.
And that's what was stressing us out because you can't run a store, a shop, rent out rooms in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I mean, we just had everything going on. We just stacked it on and it consumed us.
That's right.
But, all right, that all being said, the hiker, the employees, everyone has been an awesome team, and I cannot thank them more. And I cannot thank our friends, family, and customers, future customers, followers, and everyone that supports Mary and I, and everyone that stuck through us throughout the years, through my little midlife crisis and everything that we went through, man. You guys stuck with us and were solid and always backed us up. And not only did you just watch us, all of you that are here today still on my friends list, which I have a very small friends list since I got hacked. Most of you are right there calling me and checking on me and calling Mary and making sure I was all right because they saw me falling and tripping. And so I will never, ever forget that. So thank you, everyone, today, the past, friends, family, my old friends from high school, preschool, Randy Howard, Tony Lorette, Kelly Patella. I watched you grow up with Tony. I love you all, man. So, thank you. You have anything else you'd like to say?
No, I'm good. Thank you so much.
More to come, guys. One love. Peace.